Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name's Kelly and I'm currently training to be a primary school teacher. So come along with me on the journey of one of the hardest years of my life, my PGCE year. I said in my last video that we were going to do a week together, okay? That we were going to spend a week together. I was going to show you what my week was like from Monday to Sunday because I work a weekend job. And I didn't do that. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday evening. We have done 3 days at school and it has just been so full on. I have not really thought once to pick up the camera. Bear in mind, I also hadn't filmed a video before last week in just the longest time. Anyway, the longest time. So I'm gonna spend the rest of the week with me from now. It is nearly 8 o'clock. It's 2 minutes to 8. At 8 o'clock, I'm gonna start studying, start lesson planning, all of that fun stuff. I have just prepared a water bottle. So I've got my water bottle. I got a coffee with a picture of a dog that looks just like my dog. I have my teacher training planner, which is bursting at the seams. It's literally curved. It's ridiculous. And I have lots and lots and lots to do. So we're going to get started on some of the stuff I have to do. I'm going to write a to-do list, but I'm going to do another Pomodoro method. I'm hoping to only be working for 2 hours, but it's one of those situations where we have so much to do. If we don't get it done, we just got to keep going until we get it done because there won't be another time to do the things I want to do. So we're going to write a to-do list. We're going to use the Pomodoro method, the 30-10, because I need it. I need a 10-minute break. Plus I'm like doing washing and everything aside from this. The dogs sound like they're about to start barking, so let's just get on. Also, whilst the dogs are kind of at bay, if you watched my last video, they're really picking up. If you watched my last video, you will have seen that I have my desk set up on our dining room table and I've kind of like, I've fixed it a bit to look a bit better. I've put the desk organizer on the desk. I've put all my folders that I need on my desk. I've brought this trolley down to have everything I need on it, and I've moved the printer here because it just works better, really. I've got like other folders that I don't need access to all the time. I've got like extra supplies, and these books, if you are training to be a teacher, these books are really good. They're just like pocket books, but they're on loads of different subjects. So that was emotional literacy. Then there's like learning in the brain, and it's just like really helpful little pocket books. And I got that whole set off of Vinted, so brilliant. What else was I going to update you guys on? Oh, and I've only just briefly mentioned my teacher training planner. My teacher training planner also has Miss H on it, and it is from the Positive Teacher Company, and I would highly recommend, like highly recommend this planner if you are training to be a teacher. They do obviously regular teacher planners as well, so I'll get one of them for next year. I already know which one I'm getting for next year because they released the new designs last month. I also have like the notebook version as well, which I haven't actually used as much, but I think coming up to doing my assignments and everything, this is going to be really useful because there's loads of to-do lists. So this is where we will do our to-do list today. Let me just make sure. So yeah, this is like one of my to-do lists that I really need to catch up on. This is a lot of catch-up work. Today we're going to add a new to-do list to here, but this is the stuff that we need to complete today. slightly different angle. We are now past our first Pomodoro. It is 9:30 because I was on the phone. So I've just put another wash load on, taken a wash load out. We're about 6 minutes into our rest, like our 10-minute rest now. I'm just boiling the kettle for a cup of coffee. And in that 30 minutes, we have completed one thing. One thing. I think I'm going to do this list in purple. And that is English lesson 2 prep. So that can get a big tick, which is brilliant. I've written out, this is like the letter from Grandad. So I've written that. I wanted to handwrite it because it's a letter that Grandad is sending. And we're doing Grandad's Island. And if you don't know Grandad's Island, it's a devastating book. It's actually so sad. But we're not doing the narrative. So we're not like writing a story based on the story. We're actually doing an information text. So we're doing information text on different rainforest animals. So the letter from Grandad is like asking the children to write facts about the rainforest animals. So it'll be like descriptive writing. We're working on like apostrophes to show possession. We'll probably be doing quite a lot of like expanded noun phrases for describing certain like aspects, like the appearance and the habitat of the birds. And we'll be doing some research as well so they can learn how to research. But yeah, it's really nice. We get to write in like an informative way, which is always something the children enjoy from what I've seen so far in schools. So hopefully they will enjoy receiving Grandad's letter in tomorrow's English lesson. We have completely finished everything for tomorrow's English lesson. I have 1.5 minutes left on my Pomodoro timer, and then I'll be doing English lesson 3's worksheet so that that's done, ready for Friday. And what else am I doing right now? Making a cup of coffee. So it is 9:30 at night. I am drinking full caffeinated coffee. However, coffee doesn't affect me. Plain and simple. I don't know if you can see, but my next Pomodoro session started a minute ago and I was still making my coffee. So I now have my coffee, I have my water, and I'm ready to get working on lesson 3's worksheet. So I'm gonna go and do that now. I have basically not moved the whole of this video so far. I don't know how much I'm going to cut down of this. I'm now on like the break, but I spent 5 minutes. Sometimes if I'm like in the flow of something, I won't take the break, or I'll like go on for as long as I need to and then take a 10-minute break or a 5-minute break. I'm currently 6 minutes into the break and I was just sending an email, so it kind of was a break from like the work side of things. I realised that I just keep putting you in different like angles on the same desk though, so you're not getting much variety and it's just me really talking at you. But we have now done the lesson 3 worksheet, so that can be ticked off and highlighted. I'm going to do my lesson planning, I think, now for my 3 lessons of English next week, because I would like to get all of my lesson plans to my mentor teacher tomorrow, which is, I have 3 English lessons, 1 science lesson, 3 mastering numbers lessons, and 1 Spanish lessons. So we're not getting them all done tonight, but we can at least get the like English lessons done. It is also, what time is it? It is 10:10, but I'm thinking we try and get English done in like an hour, and then go to bed, and then sit in the bedroom and write out one of our lesson evaluations in bed with a cozy light on with no screens. And that way we can spend like half an hour, 40 minutes before bed with no screens. Does that make sense? And it's still productive though, because we don't get rest time at the moment. I haven't even looked at what like I need to do and start for my uni assignments or my training bundles, and I have so much to catch up on. Hello, good morning. It is 5:40 in the morning. I'm being really quiet because we have like a really tiny upstairs area, and my housemate and her boyfriend are still asleep, so being really quiet. But yeah, this is the earliest I've been up, and I slept in my makeup last night, which is so bad, so bad. I was just so tired. But we're gonna go downstairs, I'm gonna make a coffee, we're gonna get in the shower and have a really quick shower, and we're also gonna point the heater at my clothes so that they are dry. I'm so tired. But hey, we are up early, which means we can get to school early, because there's a good few things like display board wise I want to sort out this morning. Yeah. Hello, I am nearly ready for school. I'm literally just doing my final bow on my top. Then I do need to, what do I need to do? Dry my hair, which won't take long because I've had it out like this, looking like a mess since I got out of the shower. It's now 6:30. It's taken like an hour to get ready, but it's not being like rushed, whereas I would usually take like half an hour to get ready, but it would be like this mad rush, and it's definitely not very fun. Right, I think that looks a little bit better, to be honest. That's better. Okay, cool, we've done that. I'm gonna do my hair now. It'll literally take like 2 seconds to dry. Look at the state of it because it's wet. I'm just finishing my cup of tea. This is my mug. This is before school, and then I have a wine glass that says after school, which I think is really cute that my last SBT got me. I can't believe I woke up at 5:30, and still I don't think I have time to like walk the dog this morning. I was thinking if I started waking up at like 5:30, I'd have time to walk the dog, I'd have time to laze about a little bit, maybe get a little bit of morning work done. But I think because I'm also trying to get into school so early this morning, so I'm going to try and get I'm not sure if I'm going to get the 2:15. There's a 2:15 bus, and then there's a like 7:05 bus. I could genuinely get the 2:15 bus if I left in the next like 10ish minutes, so I think I might do that actually, because I'm not sure what time the school opens. I don't want to be just chilling outside the school for ages. We'll see. I think I'm going to get the 7:05 bus because I don't want to rush. I don't know if the school gate will be open. I'm just thinking like I don't want to get there, the school gate not even be open, I have to wait outside, all of that fun stuff, because we'll still get there like 7:20ish, so it's not bad at all. What else do I need to do before I leave? Grab something for my lunch. I think I'm just going to take a Dairy Dunker for my lunch today. My God, when I came home last night, I was so hungry. So maybe I do need to eat more for lunch actually, now that I think about it. I don't really want to rush, and the bus comes in 5 minutes, which means I'd need to like run out the door now. I want to be a little bit more leisurely this morning because I've had a really good morning so far. So I think we will wait until the 7:05 one. Hello, it is Friday and I'm pretty sure you haven't seen me since maybe Wednesday. So this weekly vlog is going very, very well. I also haven't taken you anywhere except basically this spot, which is basically where I live anyway. So you and me both. I'm severely procrastinating tonight. It's Friday. I need to submit all my lesson plans for next week as soon as possible, really. So I need to work on them tonight. I've got some evaluations I need to write. I'm up to date on marking, but I need to add in some assessment ratings for the Master in Numbers sessions I did. Maybe it'd be good to do like an overview of what I've done this week, actually. So give me a minute. Let me just get up because I've got a list. I'm organised sometimes, okay? So this week is my first official week of teaching on this placement, but I did teach how many lessons? 5 lessons the week before, the week before half term. So I'm kind of like at a point with this class where like I have taught. For this half term, I'm going to be in this placement for this whole half term. So I have taken science, the whole of science and the whole of English, and then the whole of Master in Numbers, which is like a short session on like very basics, like going back to the very basics of numbers. So things like even just learning that the numbers 11 to 19 are made up of 10 and a bit. This week I have taught 7 lessons, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's quite intense. I've taught 1 science lesson, which I was pretty happy with the outcome of that lesson. We did habitats and how to identify like what a habitat is and how to identify different types of habitats. And we had a really sweet activity where we had different habitats stuck up around the room. The children had a different like animal each, and they had to choose where they would go and place that animal in like which habitat. And yeah, just seeing if it was just kind of a good test of like what knowledge they already had, which they did living things in the science unit last half term. So there's a bit of prior learning that I can lean on there, but it's not massive. Then I did 3 lessons of Master in Numbers, but it was 4 sessions. I just put 2 sessions together. We were basically doing numbers 11 to 19 again, being like 10 and a bit, just reinforcing that kind of like idea that it's 10 and 9 is 19 and 10 and 5 is 15. And then we moved on to finding those numbers on a number line and like how can we plot the midpoint of a number line. So they're kind of the big keyword that they were learning this week was like midpoint, midway, halfway point, like solely focusing on midpoint, but there's just like different ways that you can obviously say it, and it's trying to jog their memory by using vocabulary that they know as well to then connect with that new vocabulary. So we did like midpoints from like a 0 to 10 number line, so the midpoint being 5, and a 0 to 20 number line with the midpoint being 10, and then being able to plot numbers based off knowing where the midline is. So if I asked them to plot the number 9, they knew it came just before 10, so they can kind of then plot that number. So we were using other key vocabulary like before, after, between, kind of that kind of stuff. It's really stripping it back to basics. And then we did 3 English lessons to start off my new English unit. So we're doing Grandad's Island, which is an absolutely gorgeous book, but we're doing it in information text. So for the information text, the children are going to write some factual information about rainforest animals. They have 3 to choose from. I'm currently like toying with the idea of like giving them ones and letting them choose. First lesson, we read the story, we wrote predictions about the story before we read the story using like different hints, clues, pictures. That was good. The second lesson, we did the vocabulary and the example text. I did not like that lesson. I was not happy with it. Me and my mentor sat down and really like picked apart that lesson. It was my formal observation as well, which is just so annoying because my first lesson was better and the third lesson I did today was better as well, which is always the way. I kind of know where I went wrong or where I was a bit bogged down, and so they're changes that I can also like immediately implement and just recognize that I need to think about certain aspects of the lesson, specifically vocabulary and how I treat that in a year 2 classroom. And then English today, I thought was a dreadful lesson. I was quite like, oh, like that didn't go the way I wanted it to go. But my mentor really like reassured me that the lesson objective had been met and there was just like parts of the success criteria that the children didn't meet. So we wanted them to write, they did like a role play activity where they were nature narrators pretending to narrate a nature documentary, and then we wrote our sentences that we were like reading out in our drama activity. We were writing them down, but we were changing them to add in some of the key like spag that we've been learning. So we've been learning apostrophes for belonging, we've been learning and est words, so like greater, greatest, and ly words like slowly. That's my gab on how the kind of rundown of the week. And yeah, now I have lots to get through. I do have this little thing here and I might use it just for today. I don't normally use things like this, and this isn't even mine. Oh, but it's like I could use it actually for, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go and study and plan, and I will see you in my next video. Yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. I think my next video will be another very similar video because I'm gonna pick it up now, but I might just do it over tonight and do it as a bit of a, do I end this video now or do I go to work? I think I end this video now. I'm gonna end this video here now, and I'm literally gonna pick up another video straight away. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed filming this again, and yeah, clearly I'm in the zone because I'm about to pick up the camera immediately now and film this weekend, because there's a lot of studying but also working this weekend, so we'll see how we get on. Yeah, thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video.